2600 here, and today we're taking a look at 3D Super Hang-On the Nintendo 3DS. This is the second game released in Sega's 3D Classics series for the Nintendo 3DS. What Sega did was in Japan, they took a bunch of their classic arcade and console games, rebuilt them from the ground up to use the 3D hardware of the 3DS. Sega has just started releasing these games in the States, with Super Hang-On being the second one released. So now let's give it a go. What's really cool about the games they've released so far is they really did build them from the ground up to take advantage of the 3DS hardware. Now, first thing we're going to take a look at are the plethora of settings that Sega included so you can really customize the game. As you can see, when you first start up the game, you have choices of settings, start the game, credits, replay, which is where you can watch videos that you record, replay videos, and the bottom section with the cups represent the courses that you've completed. So now if we go into the settings, you can see on the first page you can adjust the difficulty, the time limit, and the game version. You can have it so it looks like the mini ride-on type when you play, or the sit-down type. You go over, you can map the buttons for the accelerate, brake, and turbo switch. You can also turn on the gyro sensor. What's really cool with the gyro sensor is with it on, it allows you to tilt the system to steer the bike in the game. And with adjusting the buttons, you can set the brake and accelerate to be the L and R buttons. So it's pretty close to what it would feel like to be using the actual bike controls with steering and squeezing the grips. Then we go over, you can adjust the screen size, so you can have it fit the full screen, or you can have it in the original aspect ratio. You can also adjust how much the cabinet moves and in which direction. So you can have the screen move just like it would move when you're riding on the ride-on cabinet, the sit-down. Then there's also game sound volume you can adjust. You can listen to the tracks. And another cool feature is the equalizer, which allows you to adjust the settings for the music. You can turn the bass up. You can adjust just about everything with the basic equalizer. And that's it for the settings. Now we're going to give the game a play. Okay, now let's take a look at how the game plays. Another cool thing that they included with Super Hang-On is the selection of stages. You'll see, just like in the arcade game, you can select the different continents, which have different difficulty levels. But if we go down to the bottom screen, after you've reached a certain checkpoint, you can select to start off at that checkpoint. This means if you're not very good at Super Hang-On, kind of like me, you can still get to see all the stages. You also have the music selection, just like in the arcade game. Gotta go with the classic. And as you can see, the bezel, the white around, that's from the ride-on version of Super Hang-On. They did a good job recreating that, and as we come to the first turn, you can see that the screen moves just like it would when you're playing it in the arcade. You can adjust the turn so that the screen moves with you or moves opposite of you, or you can have it stationary. You can also adjust the screen size so that it's presented in a widescreen format so it fills up the whole screen, or you can keep in the original aspect ratio. And the cool thing is, if you turn on the gyroscope feature, you can have it so the screen stays still and you're tilting the system to turn left or right. Overall, Sega has done a really good job of putting together a solid, almost remake, but not a remake. A remake in the sense that it's built from the ground up to take advantage of the 3DS hardware and the 3D. but not a remake in the fact that even though they did that, they kept it true to the original arcade game. Of course, I have the 3D turned off right now because it won't show up on the video. And that's a look at 3D Super Hang-On. Be sure to check out our site and check back for more videos. The web address is www.thearcadehunters.com. This is 2600 signing off.